up with that dog shit pick. What the fuck were we thinking? What the fuck were you thinking?
Welcome, everybody, to a new episode of the Jimnasium. As always, I am your host, XFL Jim, joined by my illustrious co-host, Chase. Lupine Fiasco, Sessoms. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I love our new intro. I love that at any moment it looks like it could break into just Danish homosexual erotica. At any moment it could, we could really get into some hardcore action. A vibe. We're vibing. I mean, we might look at each other, but we never make them touch. You know what I'm saying?
Just a couple of guys being dudes.
Yeah, just being bro dudes,
So it's about. I whipped that together this week. It was kind of fun.
Kudos. It is really good. I really enjoy it.
I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is either we could buy the right. That's a royalty-free song from a website called Ben Sounds. He's a very popular among like YouTubers and shit. I'm thinking we could either buy the rights to that so we can actually use it in the audio version of the podcast, or I'm thinking maybe we can spice it up in the audio version and have a completely different intro in the audio version that's like hip hop theme that's more it has like audio riffs where maybe we could just like give it some lines, give like a music producer some lines and they could whip something up for us.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. Like, I personally would go jazz. I would find just like the most like skagged out old jazz artist and be like, can you just play on your saxophone for us for like 30 seconds?
Just play a jazz guy, a flutist, a jazz drummer, and then just some guy with a standing bass.
It doesn't even have to be a real jazz drummer, just someone with a snare drum and paintbrushes to just kind of go after it.
Honestly, I could just do it. I have a drum and paintbrushes. I'll just be like, Jimnasium, garage.
Yeah, it was supposed to be bebopping and scatting all over the place. Jim, okay, this was I told you I was going to go off on a tangent early before we started. Here we go. Beho, expanded my mind and taught me about a little something, which was, did you know that the Titanic didn't really sink?
It didn't?
No. It was its sister ship, the Olympic. Instead, they switched the ships. I watched an entire documentary after this, and I'm now a Titanic truther. I tell you.
I was about to say, I feel like I've heard this conspiracy somewhere before.
412 was an inside job, baby.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm in on it.
The Olympic is the one that sank?
Yeah, the Olympic. So the Olympic was the one they launched early, and it had like apparently like the captain of the Olympic was just like a drunken buffoon, and like he just kept like hitting shit and running into shit. And so it was like so fucked up that like there's no way like insurance was going to pay for it, because like one of them was like a British like Navy ship, like got pulled into like its like current and like basically fucked it up, and like they're like no one's going to insure this because the Navy was doing the inspection. They said it was our fault, so they were like, we could just sink this fucker in the middle of the ocean, get all that insurance money, and we'll just have someone waiting there to save all these people. But they fucked it up.
So it's still a little bit of the Titanic's fault for fucking it up. Or
no,
they just had like a random ship there to like save the people.
They just had a random ship there to save the people. Yeah.
Okay. And the Titanic was the scapegoat.
Yeah. But it was really the Olympic. They just took all like the stuff that said like Olympic off and like put it on the Titanic.
Okay. Jesus.
Yeah, who was to blame? JP Morgan.
Yeah, he sounds like old school JP Morgan always sounded like a scumbag.
Somehow George Soros also to blame.
He's to blame for just about damn near everything I've heard. Even stuff before he was alive.
And I hate to drop a hard J word here, but you know who else? The Jamaicans.
Ooh, yeah, those Jamaican icebergs.
Sons of bitches.
You sometimes.
You thought I was gonna go somewhere else with that hard J. No, I went Jamaicans.
I thought you were gonna go with the Jehovah's.
What the fuck, man? That's offensive to me. Anywho.
You know what time I think it is to go from that? I think it is... give it to me. It is tout time. It's time to tout.
Speaking of Jehovah's, of godlike people.
Us. These last 2 weeks of where it's just been you and me on the Picks porch, literally firing from the hip, Old West style. It's been insane.
Yeah, dude. Apparently, like, other people just cloud our judgment and take away from us being awesome. Like, I don't know why we'd ever give anybody the screen time ever again.
Preview. This. Make sure you tune in this coming Friday. We will actually have one Brian Howard and one Gino on the Picks porch for our giant Super Bowl props preview.
Yeah, Gino Bacola in the mix along with Beho. And we're gonna be taking a look at the props. They got all sorts of props. You know, we got halftime show props. We've got like national anthem props. We got all the props.
I have a lot of opinions, by the way, so you want to be tuning into that. I have a lot of national anthem opinions.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of halftime performance opinions. I feel like this more than any other halftime show ever has been like right in my wheelhouse because it's Snoop and Kendrick Lamar.
This is definitely
Dre.
up your alley.
Yeah, this is mine. Like, I feel like I'm going to get a terrible bastardized version of everything I loved about hip hop growing up. Probably.
It could also be good though. It could
also be good. But fuck that. Let's tell them about all these winners.
Okay. You had one. I mean, I want to hear your one tonight that you're just like doubled up on everything. Start from the end.
Yeah, I threw the entire roll at Houston. I had Houston playing against Cincinnati. They were laying 6.5. Got it at -105. And yeah, threw the entire roll at it, doubled it up. They ended up winning by like 20. It was awesome. I'm going to bet Houston every single time that they're playing another AAC team, and they're not at least a 10-point favorite in the spread.
I'm going to join you on doing that. I'm also going to tout Fresno State on the 4th, -10 versus Nevada. Easy fucking money. I'm also going to tout Dallas Mavericks -1 versus the 76ers this weekend. Northwestern -3.5 versus Nebraska, because guess what? I auto-fade Nebraska.
Yeah.
It's been very easy this year to just auto-fade the Huskers because they suck.
They're really bad. They have that. I think they got the guy from the movie Boogie playing point guard for them now.
The crazy thing is though that I think this last year was the best recruiting class in Nebraska basketball history.
Oh yeah, because you got Fred Hoiberg, the mayor of Ames, who apparently has dementia and somehow strayed across the river into Nebraska.
We don't have Iowa State Fred Hoiberg. We have Chicago Fred Hoiberg, and it's just not good.
Why he ever left Iowa State is just beyond me. That was just a terrible move for him. Anywho, let's see. Burnley and Watford draw. Hit that.
Oh yeah, you were like on that one.
Yeah, the +2 something. I don't know. It was like plus like 277, I believe. We got the Pelicans on the money line. We hit our same game parlay with the Johnnies. The Johnnies with the spread and the over.
Another team that I'm just gonna like tell you on all the time. I've kind of jumped on the St. John's bandwagon with you.
I love this team. The St. John's. I'm on the bet St. John's every time, and I'm on the bet against Georgetown every time bandwagon.
It just lined up perfectly.
Because Patrick Chewing is not a good coach, as it turns out.
Yeah, and it's rough. That's a rough looking spot right now.
When he was younger, he was Patrick Ewing. Now he is very much Patrick Chewing. It's weird. It's like his head even got fat. It's strange. Like, I didn't know like people could get fat above the temples, you know?
It's rough. That's a rough go of it. I even hit on my North American League of Legends. I hit Rogue on the money line.
Yeah.
Versus G2.
I mean, I don't ever want anybody to tell me again that Danish handball is out of my element, because I believe we hit Skjern Handbold on the money line plus money. We were just everywhere.
You hit that, and then I hit the UAE, and what the fuck even was it? Was that cricket? It was cricket.
Cricket, yeah. We're hitting everything across the globe.
Fucking the NFC, AFC, the Pro Bowl game over hit. That we were both on Team Atlantic in the NHL Pro Bowl.
Yes, yeah. See, I hit that, but I missed my Atlantic NFC. Very stupid, just dumb parlay.
I hit my Atlantic and the over 62.5 parlay. And the most importantly of all, the JT Thunder's underdog plus 201 Japanese volleyball pick.
The V League. Listen, we're touting all over the globe. Today. Listen, I think I have even more picks. I forgot. I
went over to Nitro and pulled up my my past picks.
Yeah. It's we're just winning. All we do is win.
That's what we're about here.
And we're all on the Johnnies. All right.
Going into winning, let's talk about the Super Bowl a little bit. Let's talk about just like a little hair. Who, just flat out, who are you backing? Not who do you think is going to win. Who do you want to win? I think we both are the Bengals.
Yeah, there's no way that it's not the Bengals. I mean, we're both sitting on 20-1 tickets for the Bengals to win. I feel like the Bengals also, like, just from a narrative standpoint, they're the way better story. Like, the team that went from, like, just bottom 2, bottom 3 in the league last year to, you know, into the Super Bowl versus the team who has literally, like, completely mortgaged their future, like, given up everything. Like, I don't think they even have a draft pick next year. Like, the draft just comes by, and then on the ticker, it's just like Rams, not existent, and it only goes to 31. Like, I don't know. They made so many moves between Jaylen Ramsey, between getting Von Miller there, like OBJ, like they are all in at this point. So it has like a Yankees vibe to it, you know, like
it does a little bit, but also like there are things to root for each team. It's for the Rams. You're basically just rooting for Matt Stafford to get the ring that some people feel like he's deserved.
I don't know if he's ever deserved.
Well, I mean, he played for Detroit, so no one on Detroit ever deserves a ring. But like putting in that kind of effort on the Lions, you deserve something, man. Yeah, for showing up and being a Lion, he deserves some sort of lifetime achievement award. I will give you that for being a Lion for that long. Doesn't it also feel all right? So does it feel like this might be one of like the chances that we get to cheer for Joe Burrow before we all start to hate Joe Burrow because he wins every year? Man, but the thing is, maybe he'll have someone come up. Maybe Joe Burrow has like a cousin who's annoying as fuck. But I wasn't even going to get that way to cheer against Pat Mahomes until his dipshit brother and wife started ruining it for everybody. I loved rooting for Patrick Mahomes because he's a fun quarterback and everything. If Joe Burrow has somebody that's like close to him as a best friend or a close relative that's just super, super annoying, then maybe. But so far, the only thing I've seen is from the AFC Championship game was his dad and Jamar Chase's dad just smoking cigars together. And that's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. It's, I don't think he'll peak. Like, I think he's just going to keep getting better. Like, the only thing that's going to stop Joe Burrow, it feels like, is like injury, which I don't know. With this
Rams defensive line, it's not out of the question.
So this is the thing is like that's who I'm backing, but I'm having a hard time seeing a version of this game where Joe Burrow doesn't die.
Well, so my thought process is, if you're like a normal gambler, this is the perfect middle opportunity where you could just hammer the Rams on the spread. And like create yourself a no-lose scenario kind of, or like hammer them on the money line because it's kind of a close game, and then you kind of have a no-lose scenario. I'm not going to do that because I don't hedge, but I could very easily see this game going the way of like how the Titans-Bengals game went, except the Rams don't have Ryan Tannehill at quarterback.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like Stafford wasn't just like chucking up picks for a good bit of the season. Like, I don't know.
True, but like Stafford will always have the ability to like throw those clutch picks when he has to. Like he's kind of shown that a little bit in this playoffs. When he has to step up, he has been.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
I just think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really good game. Part of me part of me is afraid, just from a financial standpoint, that like Aaron Donald and Von Miller are just going to be like all up in Joe Burrow's ass the entire time. He's got big Joe Namath vibes going right now. Like, he hasn't guaranteed a victory by any means, like Joe Namath style, but he's very much got like cocky Joe Namath vibes going. He
does a little bit, but he's got what you kind of need if you're the Bengals quarterback in this position, where he doesn't realize the moment's too big.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, he doesn't realize that the Bengals aren't supposed to be here.
That's true. So,
also, shout out Jenna in the chat. She's going for the Bengals.
Let's go, Jenna. How's it going? Good to see Jenna in the chat always.
Always.
Man, Jaylen Ramsey versus Jamar Chase. Who wins?
I think more often than not, I think the Bengals have been doing a good enough job on getting Jamar Chase when he has to. Like, he's been decent at the like contested balls.
Yeah.
Jaylen Ramsey's so good though.
He's very good. You know what makes me it makes me think that like it might be like a good like Super Bowl MVP prop bet to hit another Bengals receiver, like a.
You don't think if a Bengal receiver has a killer night that it wouldn't just be Joe Burrow as the MVP?
It depends on how killer of a night, you know? Like, if it's like an epic amount of receiving yards,
True. Joe Mixon steps up.
Actually, all right, I'm gonna break my rule. I'm gonna go ahead and preview this a little bit. So I was looking at it, and I felt like you got really good value by betting. You get like plus 600 for Cooper Kupp for the MVP.
I like that.
You get like more than that for OBJ. OBJ would be a sneaky good one. You
definitely see OBJ like popping off.
And then Jamar Chase, even bigger odds, way bigger odds. And even way bigger than that, Joe Mixon. Like, and Joe Mixon's had a good playoffs. Like, those are four that you could put in that, you hit one, lose three, you still make a pretty good amount of money.
Super long shot. I wouldn't see it happening. But say the Rams do sack Joe Burrow like 9-10 times. What's Aaron Donald's? What's his odds?
It's good. And I've had that same thought. Let's see.
Jenna has another point, by the way, for the Bengals. It is the year of the Tiger this year. And the other point I've heard is this is how the Bengals fix the timeline we're on right now. Is if you kind of go back, 2016 is when everything started to kind of fall apart and go to shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right around the time Harambe died in the Cincinnati Zoo. And to fix that, the Cincinnati Bengals, like 6 years later, have to win the Super Bowl.
Fucking justice for Harambe, by the way.
Finally, justice for Harambe.
Something we've all been clamoring for. So Aaron Donald is actually shorter odds than Odell Beckham. He's plus 1,400.
And what's
But that's still a big point, plus 2,200. So Odell and Jamar are both plus 2,200. Joe Mixon's plus 3,300. Von Miller could be your sneaky one at plus 4,000.
We're seeing like playoff Von Miller.
Mm-hmm.
What's he at?
Plus 4,000.
Oh, okay.
But how about, all right, I'm showing all 35 here. So here, like, if you want to go like sneaky the other Bengal wide receiver route, you could say T Higgins. That's plus 5,000 for T.
Yeah.
Say it's a kicking contest. Evan McPherson plus 5,000.
Those odds are terrible.
No way.
I needed like 100 to 1 for a kicker to win MVP.
Let's see. Jaylen Ramsey plus 10,000. So say Jaylen Ramsey picks off like 2 passes.
So yeah, if Jaylen Ramsey like goes Captain Insano and gets a bajillion picks, and you just don't get you have to get a shitload of picks. That's the only way he does that, because you don't rack up the stats as a cornerback.
Yeah. So you're not. Did you see just the amount of shit that Eli Apple was getting on Twitter during the AFC Championship game?
Fuck Eli Apple, but
all I'm gonna say is Eli Apple's out there for plus 20,000.
Are you going to pick Eli Apple after he slandered the city of New Orleans?
Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But yeah, I just thought it'd be Apple's revenge. Consider me a member of the Apple Dumpling Gang, baby. I'm on this prop bet.
Revenge against who? I don't know anybody who likes Eli Apple.
Yeah, I don't either. By revenge, I mean like monetary gain in the form of a Super Bowl MVP prop bet.
That would be fucking hilarious. If
yeah.
Eli... I'd rather it be fucking McPherson.
Yeah, me too. I don't know. I think there could be CJ. What if you went the tight end route? CJ Uzama, 6,600. Tyler Higbee, 8,000.
Okay. Oh God. They'd have to have monster games.
All right. So what does Van Jefferson returns punts? Doesn't he?
I think sometimes he does.
So say Van Jefferson houses a punt and catches a touchdown pass. He's plus 10,000.
Those are long odds, and those are about right. I think I'd rather go OBJ.
Yeah, I'd go OBJ or Jamar Chase, honestly. I mean, you get plus money for Burrow, plus 225, but you're definitely gonna have to like scale these out to where, if you're betting Burrow, you're gonna have to bet Burrow heavier and everything.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little fun with math. We'll do okay at that little math
preview to what
test.
Friday's show is gonna be, folks.
Yeah, of course. All right.
It's fucking beautiful. Hey, you know what time it is? I think right now.
What time is it?
I think it's time to unveil our favorite new segment, sports yelling, folks. Damn it! Yeah. The segment where me and Chase yell about sports like your favorite sports time. Let me get the timer ready. We're gonna be going here, and bam. Come on. 3, 2, 1, go. We got the Super Bowl coming up. We got the Bengals versus the Rams. I think the Rams at home are the team to beat. Matthew Stafford, it's his time for a Super Bowl. It's his time.
Jim, I'm wondering how you can be such a truculent ignoramus with your pick here of the Los Angeles Rams. Are you kidding me with the Los Angeles Rams? It's Joe Cool's league. It's time for Joe Cool to take over and show that he's the heir to Tom Brady. He's going to throw it to Jamar Chase, and Jamar's going to bring it down. Jaylen Ramsey who? Jaylen Ramsey who?
Jaylen Ramsey can outrun anyone on this Bengals team just as fast as a goddamn bobsled in the Winter Olympics, which nobody is watching, by the way.
Nobody's watching it because it's boring. It takes place in China, and basically because LeBron James or Michael Jordan aren't playing.
Exactly. If Michael Jordan was playing, I'd be watching the hell out of it because he's the GOAT. Also, fake snow. It's all fake.
How can you be so wrong again? We all know LeBron James is the GOAT. LeBron James is the GOAT. Look at all the places that he's gone and played. LeBron James is the GOAT.
LeBron James ain't gonna play in Taiwan. He ain't gonna play in Europe. He ain't gonna play in Russia. Fucking Michael Jordan will play in my backyard tomorrow.
And he'd probably have somebody coming and looking for him for gambling debts when he did it. There's no way. LeBron James is the GOAT. He's gonna stick around. He's gonna play this Sunday. He's gonna retire.
My GOAT is a degenerate gambler through and through. LeBron James is too wholesome. He's got too many tattoos. I hate that.
He's so good that we don't even know what kind of skeletons he's got in his closet yet. LeBron James is the GOAT.
He is not. Michael Jordan is the Yankees of football basketball players.
You need to stay off of the weed.
You need to stay off of the crack.
Hey, win or lose, no matter what happens, same amount of crack gets smoked.
That will do it. Win or lose, we still smoke a shitload of crack.
There we go. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Time
sports yelling is done.
Sports yelling is done. That's always a good way to just gets the juices flowing.
That's our second sports yelling. I feel like our best sports yelling so far.
I think we're 2-0 right now for good sports yelling.
Just undefeated sports yelling. Look at this. All right.
We're gonna roll this into we're staying with football. We're actually gonna go over to the little bit of USFL news. I'm gonna cover this more in depth when I have a little bit more time. But we got some payment information for the players.
Ooh, okay. Are they paying for their hotels?
We still don't know. We still don't know that. We still do not know. But we have it's roughly $4,500 per week for 10 weeks, so it's 45,000 flat for the 10 weeks, and then they get $850 per win if you're on the main roster or the practice squad. So an extra $850 if your team wins. The XFL did something like that too, where the winning team got like a whole bunch, where it ended up being like an extra $1,200 per player per win. So like the Houston Roughnecks got a shitload of more money than a lot of the other players because they went undefeated for 5 weeks.
Gotcha. So
that's pretty cool. And then there's a $10,000 per player championship bonus. And then if you're ruled inactive, you don't get a bonus that week. So say if you're like injured or you're inactive for the game, there's no bonus.
Okay, so question, which is, who actually owns their contracts? Is it the USFL itself, or is it going to be the individual teams that own the contracts? So
it is right now the USFL. There's no like individual teams. It's all the USFL. There's no team owners or anything like that. I think the USFL is minged about potentially selling teams to owners in the future. I remember A-Rod was a potential buyer. He was like looking into some of the teams.
Yeah.
But right now it's all just the USFL as an umbrella.
See, I think that's the way to go about it, because it seems like that like previous spring leagues, but also like the previous USFL, they hit a point where like after they expanded, some of the owners were just like insolvent and like couldn't pay the players. It seems like you have like the league own the contracts, make sure that actual checks get written every single week, and and then from there, that's where you can grow. I think that's how the MLS started, honestly.
That's what I think a lot of these spring leagues are trying to model themselves after. The USFL especially, is they're trying to go more of an MLS route where the league kind of owns everything, and then eventually you can expand it, because the MLS started as like a very small amount of teams, and now they're all over the country.
Yeah, so that's the MLS is a true like sports league like success story. Like, I mean, it's quite literally up there with like the NBA. Like, people forget like the 80s NBA was not glamorous in the slightest. They didn't have their own planes. Like fucking Larry Bird was flying back from winning a championship, like holding the trophy like in coach, like on a Delta flight.
And when you look at these spring football leagues like the USFL or XFL, their competition, people always try and compare them to the NFL, but that's not their competition. Their competition is the NBA, the MLS, the NHL. Yeah. And I think the USFL, especially this year, with them starting when they're starting, I think this MLB holdout is extremely good for this league.
I thought the exact same thing earlier. I was like, I'm going to talk about this, and then you just you beat me to it. You're right. Yes, 100%, Jim. You are opportunistic, and goddamn it, I admire that about you. Yeah, man. Like, yeah. This is great. Like, I mean, not a lot of people watch spring training, but like, it's so much less to cover. You don't have very many highlights of like collective bargaining agreement, negotiations on ESPN. So having like highlights of the USFL like dominate. Like, I can think of like what coronavirus did for horse racing. Like when you had like horse racing on SportsCenter and shit, where they were talking about the pick 5 at fucking Fauner Park on fucking SportsCenter. So I think it's, somebody's tragedy is always somebody else's, else's treasure.
Think about the USFL this year. March Madness is done. The Masters is right after the Masters. So the Masters is done. The big golf thing that this is the only golf event that the casuals watch. And then you have football right after that. Football. There's no baseball. There's still NBA games, but it's the middle of the season for the NBA. It's
right.
The dead of the season that no one gives a shit about.
Yeah.
The NHL is like also in the middle of the season. And like, don't get me wrong, I love watching hockey. I love betting hockey, but it's football.
NHL playoffs. I mean,
NHL playoffs, and it's going to be like, those are great. But you saw with the XFL in 2020.
And you get that all during the week. Like the weekends are back for football again. Do you ever just rewatch like TV series? Like, will you watch a TV series and you'll be like, hey, I'm going to watch that series again?
It depends on the series. You want to hear my super nerdy thing? I do that with anime a lot.
Okay. I'm doing that with Game of Thrones right now. Ooh. And so I don't know. What did that mean?
The ending just ruined that whole thing for me, man.
Don't remind me. I forgot about it. I'm in season 3 right now.
You're in like the peak, because seasons 3 and 4 are like the top tier television in my mind.
Right. So, but what's happening is like, it's making me really want to just like make like Game of Thrones references that are like just would have been dope like 10 years ago. You know, like for example, you know, I'm thinking of like the Super Bowl's coming and we're gonna have a little gap without football, or you know, just there's a sports dry period coming, and all I could think is like, you know, winter is coming. I want to say that, and people will be like, all right, 2011, shut the fuck up. Where are you talking in my ear right now as I drive to work?
I'm pretty sure that series ended what, like last 2021, wasn't it when it ended, or 2020?
Yeah, like
was it 2021?
No, it was
just.
It was maybe like 2019. I think it was 2019.
Really?
Yeah, I want to say 2019. No idea. Are you Googling? Are you Googling like a hooligan?
2019.
Boom. Before the world ended.
God damn. I completely forgot. That's how bad that ending was that I completely forgot.
The ending was
saw it with like, I think you started seeing the cracks in season 6.
Dude, all right. They should have dude, all right. You know what? No. We're not going to turn this episode into a goddamn Game of Thrones
I have another
episode.
segment after we talk like the USFL stuff. I have another segment to dive into, but I started seeing cracks in like season 6. That's what I'm going to leave it with.
But yeah, so sports winter is coming, and the USFL is going to be our RAS Stark.
I mean, we've talked about it. We've talked about it plenty of times, and I'll mention this every time. When the XFL comes back next year, you have it from NFL to XFL to USFL to CFL back to NFL like preseason. Mm-hmm. You basically just get football year round, so that in the dead of summer, when
Forever
usually
football.
all there is baseball,
Forever
you got
football.
football on the weekends.
I do love betting big stupid baseball parlays, though. I can still do that. I can still do that.
I mean, there's still baseball during the week, and then not to mention the fact that the USFL. We have the draft coming up later this month. Like it just was it 3 weeks?
Yeah,
2 weeks.
I really hope they show that live. Like I want some big surprising names, and I want to be like able to like react to them live. If they do it live, I think we should commit to doing a live stream of 100% USFL draft.
My thing is, I wonder if they do it live on TV. Yes, and if they do it live on. Like the XFL did it live on YouTube. They just streamed it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, if we do that, then we could stream it and even have it like where we're in like the box a little. Like say I'm right here. Mm-hmm. We've got the draft going on right there, and then we're like there, small screen.
Like me and Beho do with the lineup. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
I think that'd be awesome. They have a player pool. I mean, this is the number everyone throws out is 3,000 players in a draft pool, and I've been seeing it on Twitter like. Players I know and follow have been tweeting out that their contracts and everything.
Yeah. Oh, Jenna's got a name in there that she threw out that I actually like.
Dez Bryant.
Boom. Weapon X.
I
had a coworker who had an awesome rant about Dez Bryant when he got arrested for like domestic abuse against his mom. He's like, we need something different. We don't need this mama beater. And I was like, oh my God, that is amazing that you're such amazing. Yeah.
Are there some players you'd kind of want to see? I'm trying to think of some that like would come to mind.
Okay. I'm going to be honest. I do kind of want to see Johnny Manziel playing for Kevin Sumlin again.
That'd be awesome. I don't think there's a chance in hell that
I don't think there is either. Yeah. I think he full like cocaine flame out like I like wanted him to do years ago, but I think it's done. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Dez Bryant, Colin Kaepernick.
Colin Kaepernick, though, I think he's the offensive coordinator now at Kansas State. So I think he's staying there.
Is he really?
Yeah. He's been the quarterback's coach forever.
Let him play. No.
Yeah, I think he's the OC, and I think that pays better.
This could be a summer job for him. Hold on, Colin Kaepernick, really?
Oh, sorry, I meant Colin Klein.
Colin Kaepernick. You just blew my mind out of my ass by saying that.
Yeah,
I was like, he would take that job?
Sorry. No. Colin Kaepernick, yes. Yes. I also still think I'm very, very, very dumb sometimes. I think being a Nike spokesperson still might pay better.
That's true. But, I mean, from the USFL, like, I would even...
I mean, if they could get him, if the USFL could get him. Because he'd easily be, if he's still in football shape, he'd still be one of the most talented players.
Yeah, give him. I think he still wants to be in the NFL at some point. That's why there was so much fight to get him a tryout of any sort or like a open workout of any sort a couple years ago that he never got, which apparently looked great and never got any calls back for. Put him in the USFL and let him put a season on tape and see if an NFL team won't actually take him.
I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be.
I would like to see Colin Kaepernick in the USFL.
I'd like. Was it Eric Dungy from Syracuse from a few years ago?
Okay. Phillip Rivers.
Yes.
This actually would work.
Yes.
This actually would work because he wouldn't be coaching his son's high school team. It's in Alabama.
Kind of a little bit more relaxed.
It's close to where he's from. He's actually from Alabama originally,
dude,
but he lives in Florida.
No way they do it, but that'd be amazing.
Just throw it out, gosh darn it, like a motherfucker.
Andrew Luck.
I would like Andrew. Oh no, Andrew Luck doesn't come back. He's just happy being like.
He's a man of the world now.
I think he just like crafts and like walks around sounding like Andre the Giant. Like that's just what he does. Is like he makes miniature soldiers out of balsa wood, and then he sounds like Andre the Giant.
I'm gonna make the joke so no one else does. Tua.
Probably to be joined by brother Talia soon. Let's see who else. There's got to be a wish list.
Taysom Hill.
Yeah, actually.
A league where he could be a full-time starter. I mean, the obvious one to me is like Jordan Ta'amu, who killed it in the XFL.
But does he hold out for a return to the XFL, or does he put a year of tape?
Ooh, he'd be like, if he goes back to St. Louis as a Battlehawk, he'd be a fucking instant celebrity.
Yeah, if they're getting sort of like revenue sharing from like jersey with their names and on it or anything, like there would be a lot of Ta'amu jerseys sold.
Yeah, there would.
Yeah. Let's see. There got to be other players. People who are just kind of like just a little bit like run off, kind of like a longest yard mean machine kind of vibe to him. Like who else? And not Antonio, not AB.
Not
Fuck that
Antonio
guy.
Brown.
Fuck that guy.
I mean, if he's done in the NFL, get Richie Incognito in there.
Okay.
But I think technically he's still starter quality for the NFL. If he wasn't injured this year, he probably would have started for the Raiders.
He seems like there's a lot of tread, a lot of wear on those tires.
There's a lot.
He might just be done. Who else? Who's out there? Who was recently disgraced, but not like too disgraced? Josh Gordon.
Oh, that'd be a fucking great one.
What are their drug testing rules?
I mean, I'm sure weed's fine.
Yeah. Put in Josh Gordon. What about a little bit of speed, like meth? Can you get away with that?
It's Alabama, so probably.
It's in the water. Everyone's gonna test positive.
It's Alabama. Trent
call.
Richardson.
Yes, give Trent Richardson another crack. He's probably about 375, 380 pounds by this point, but
hey, can he move? What's his 40 time?
He probably could still run a 4.6 at 380 pounds. He might transition over to,
You know what? Speaking of fucking, I'm looking at this list right here. So here's this list. T.O. Terrell Owens.
No. No, that's just dumb. That's wishful thinking. That's just dumb.
Terrell Pryor.
Okay. No, that wouldn't be bad.
Deedee Westbrook. Okay.
What happened to Deedee Westbrook?
That's the kind of person who's perfect for these leagues. Is you just like, whatever happened to him? Like, I remember the name. He was on the NFL.
So just we were talking about the Deedee Westbrook who went to Mizzou and then to like Oklahoma.
He was on the Jaguars.
Yeah, but he was a big time recruit at Mizzou.
Yes.
Who's spurring the University of Arkansas, Bobby Petrino.
I mean, yeah, it's probably just take
no Deedee Westbrook. Then he's fucking dead to me. I remember watching his announcement, like taking a break at work and watching it like in the break room, and being very upset with Deedee Westbrook. Fuck Deedee Westbrook. You're dead to me, son. You're dead.
Okay, here, I'm gonna keep going down this list. Kenny Stills.
Yeah. Okay. No. Great player.
Yeah.
Kenny Stills would fit. I hated Kenny Stills when he played in college, but I'm kind of okay with him now.
He's only like 29 years old too. So
Yeah, he's
Le'Veon Bell.
Star would
You
be
know
a
what? If they could,
star.
because he's kind of washed in the NFL at this point.
Yeah, it seems like he's like the mid-season pickup. Like he doesn't play like 8 games and then
The
a
thing
team
is,
picks him
though,
up.
like if the NFL wants to grab these guys for practice squad, I think the practice squad still pays more than the USFL.
That's
possible. The practice squad, you're still getting like a couple $100,000.
Yeah, but how many games?
Well, no, you're just on the practice squad. Like that was a big thing for like.
But how many weeks?
Taylor Heineke was like getting practice squad stuff. Like Jordan Ta'amu was on the practice squad for the Chiefs.
I swear, like I found like a site here, and like I click on it, and then like the first person they show is like Josh Gordon, which makes me feel validated.
McCoy is this one right here.
LaShawn McCoy, shady.
Yep.
He what happened? Did he actually beat his girlfriend? Because if so, then no, absolutely no.
I'm gonna hope no, but if there's like any chance, usually if the XFL in 2020 tried to avoid any controversial players, like any potential controversial players, I bet the USFL would try and do the same.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Like I don't think those players get a crack more than likely.
The last one they have on this list is Vontaze Perfect.
I like that because all he did was play dirty. He would scramble your brain.
Oh,
you see, he did it to AB. He turned AB into a legitimate crazy person.
Here's some quarterbacks they got right here. Luis Perez, I would love to see. He was a star on the New York Guardians. Brian Lewerke, he's on the Giants practice squad right now, and I liked him at Michigan State for the most part.
I like Brian Lewerke because I would like to make a sandwich named after him called the Lewerke Turkey.
It'd be great.
Yeah. It would probably have sprouts and barbecue sauce with Swiss.
You know who I'm not seeing on any of these lists who I think would be absolutely amazing for the USFL or XFL to get? Swag Kelly.
Who?
Swag fucking Kelly, dude.
Swag Kelly. Chad Kelly.
That'd be
Chad
awesome.
Kelly. Chad Kelly. Chad Kelly. We love Chad Kelly. This is a pro Chad Kelly household.
This
and he
is
even went
a
to
very
Ole Miss.
pro Swag Kelly garage. Always have been.
My wife, whenever Chad Kelly was playing NFL, anytime she saw Chad Kelly, she'd go, Chad Kelly, because he had that burgeoning rap career. Anywho.
Oh, yeah. Also, I see like Jordan Ta'amu, Brandon Silvers, Nick Fitzgerald, all XFL guys, all pretty good. I think those would be great gets. Brandon Silvers would be another one who I think would be an all right get.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Bring him out of retirement.
I'm just going to leave that door open.
The door's always open for him.
Always open for Larry Fitz.
Oh, and then Brian Scott. How I mentioned Brian Scott. He's a fucking spring league legend, and it'd be amazing for him to get a shot.
Bart Scott.
Ooh.
Door's always open for you too. Can't wait. That's my Bart
Swag
Scott
Kelly's
impression.
my guy, though. Swag Kelly's my guy.
I would like to see Chad Kelly get a crack. I'll be honest. There's a whole lot of just wash out like SEC quarterbacks that I think would just be excellent. And a lot of them played for Ole Miss, weirdly. A lot of them played for Ole Miss.
They had a lot of fun quarterbacks. What can you say?
Fuck it. Let's get Jamarcus Russell. Let's get Rohan Davey. Let's throw in Aaron Rodgers' brother.
Who's the
Disowned
guy
brother.
that plays for San Jose State now that you absolutely despise?
You don't want to make
No, I
USFL
want you to have a
dead
team that
me,
you
right?
can auto fade.
Okay, the Nicholas Starkel.
Nick Starkel, that was the name.
Oh, fuck, God. I still, you know what? Like, I don't feel like I even have a legitimate reason to be like fuck Nick Starkel anymore. I don't have anything, but I still
not like
be
fuck
all
Nick
like
Starkel.
fuck Nick Starkel.
Nick Starkel is the personification of that time of Arkansas, that like era of Arkansas football that is just burned into your brain as you hate every minute of it.
You just kind of brought to light something that I maybe don't like about myself, which is that I'm scapegoating. I'm scapegoating someone, and the person that I'm scapegoating is one Nicholas Starkle. But
Don't worry,
fuck,
us as
Nick
Nebraska fans have been
Starkle.
doing that with Adrian Martinez for the last 4 years.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna scapegoat.
Every football fan base does this.
I feel like as long as you scapegoat one person as opposed to like a certain like class of people or like something else that like a unique identifier of a group of people, as long as you don't scapegoat a lot of people and you just scapegoat one person, you're fine.
I mean, it's like the opposite side of the coin of what Philly did with Nick Foles, where they made a statue of a guy who won 3 games for them just because he symbolizes their Super Bowl.
Yeah, he also suggested the Philly special.
I mean, yeah.
The brainchild. He should have gotten the head coaching job in Jacksonville. He's the one with a goddamn statue of himself. Who's this Doug Peterson fucker? By the way, I feel like we've said this before, but I'd like to say it again. Football teams, if you're going for 2 and you feel like you're going to be sneaky running the Philly special, stop doing that. We've all seen it so many times at this point during 2-point conversions. It's called the Philly special for a reason. It's not like the whatever special. Just stop doing it. Come up with another play.
Yeah, come up with something else.
Be fucking original.
It's like
make play jazz.
It's like in the early 2010s when everyone was trying to do like Statue of Liberty.
Yes. You can't. People expect it when you do it a lot. It's not a surprise when everyone does it.
What happened?
No, you can't. No one's gonna propose to a cheerleader immediately after it happens. That was part of the magic of the Statue of Liberty.
That was also.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that. I do.
You do. I was so high during that game. So high. I went to the Capital One Bowl that day.
Speaking of being very high, my next segment that I have that Chase doesn't know about is I have a list right here. Definitely we haven't tried all of these, but I have a list of 50 fast food restaurants, and I want us to rank them all. I want us to give them an A through F ranking.
Okay. Can I give an I for incomplete if I've never had it?
Yes, we'll give an I for incomplete, and we could you could give you a little bit of an opinion on them for each one. Number 50, we're gonna go down to up. Number 50 they have here is White Castle.
Incomplete, never had it. They don't have them around here.
I'm gonna give it a C plus just because the one I went to was in Omaha. And it had like bullets in the windows, like bullet holes in the windows. It was not a great White Castle. I'm sure they're like fine White Castles in other parts. This one was not good. It was very dirty. The food was like all right.
I feel like Crystals is probably going to be on this list also. And just out of courtesy, you have to give Crystals and White Castle the exact same grade because of pretty much the exact same thing from what I understand. So I've had Crystals, which means I've therefore probably had White Castle. So I'm going to match your grade on White Castle then instead of the incomplete.
Boston Market.
Never had Boston Market.
I haven't either. Incomplete. There was one around me when I lived in Los Angeles, but I've never been.
I remember their jazzy. I mean, I would like to go. Rotisserie chicken is delicious. Like I don't know how many times I've spent
I used to get them at Costco all the time.
Yeah, I
just $6.
A big part of my life is standing shirtless over rotisserie chickens and just eating the skin.
Yep.
Yeah, so I've never had Boston Market, but I do remember the commercials from when I was a kid vividly.
Annie Ann's pretzels.
Don't even know. Oh, no, never had it. That's like mall food.
Yeah, mall food
is
in here. I don't count that as fast food, so I'm not gonna rank it. I'll do that on malls later. Some of these I don't know if I classify them as fast food, so I'm gonna skip them until I do. Church's Chicken. I've never had Church's Chicken.
It's I think when it comes to fast food fried chicken, it's not the best.
There's like better options usually where you can find a Church's Chicken.
The highest grossing Church's Chicken in the nation is here in Little Rock.
Awesome. That's a fun fact.
Yeah.
Tim Hortons.
Never had Tim Hortons, man.
I had it when I was up in Canada this last December, and I'm gonna give this one an A. Fucking like fresh made donuts every day is a huge boon. Coffee was bomb. I never went there for like their lunch specials or anything. Breakfast was top tier. Fucking bomb.
See, I've only heard like glory stories of Timmy Ho's, so I think it might have already been built up way too much in my mind.
It might have, and I feel like back in the day it used to be even better. I think it was like 7 or 8 years ago they got bought out by Burger King. And they're still pretty good, but I think back in the day they were like really top tier.
Listen, about the time that like Bob Baffert's horses started testing positive for dope is about the time he started hanging out with the Big King. The Big King fucks up a lot of things.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
Would you consider Papa Murphy's like a fast food place? Or I don't
No,
know
that's
if I
like take and bake pizza, right?
Yeah, like I don't consider
Nah.
pizza places fast food.
No, I don't
Like
either.
they're like
Unless
Domino's and Pizza Hut, they're their own thing.
Little Caesars is the only one that I would classify as fast food because the hot and ready.
If we see Little Caesars on here, we'll say, what about like sub sandwich places, like a Firehouse Subs? Is that fast food?
It's a step in between. It's a step in between. It feels like it's not
That's like
casual
a
dining.
sandwich
It's
place.
not. Yeah, but I'll consider it. I mean, I love Firehouse Subs.
Okay, for the
Firehouse
pretenses of this
Subs.
list, we'll consider those sandwich places
Okay.
fast food. So yeah, Firehouse Subs is the next one. I'm
Yeah,
gonna give Firehouse
A+.
Subs an A.
A plus. I
It's
fucking
really
love Firehouse. Give me the goddamn New York steamer combo large on white with everything on it plus mushrooms, and let me get a fucking sweet tea. God damn it, I love Firehouse Subs.
Yeah,
Love
it's
it.
fucking great. Like if there's not like a local place that I love, usually I'll go for like a Firehouse Sub if it's there. If I'm going for a hot sub, it's fucking bomb.
One time in 7th grade, I was they let you try all the hot sauces at a Firehouse Subs.
Yep.
So I tried one of the hottest hot sauces, and I went to rub my eyes, and I didn't realize that I had gotten a little bit of the sauce from the bottle on my fingers, and I just pretty much maced myself in the middle of a Firehouse Subs, and was just like, could not see for.
Just done. Just you're fucked.
Yep. Anecdote over. Go.
Del Taco. This is I'm pretty sure this is an LA thing. I think I don't know.
We're like Taco Bueno. I think Taco Bueno is like the Del Taco equivalent.
I'll give Del Taco a B, just because it's pretty decent and it's very cheap. It's like extremely cheap.
That's kind of how Taco Bueno is here.
You kind of get what you pay for, but I mean it's decent.
Yeah.
Checkers and Rallies.
B-.
Yeah, they're just very inconvenient a lot of the time.
They're inconvenient. There's just a lot of
and people.
Everyone who works at like Rallies or Checkers always just has like a shitty attitude too. I hate to classify entire people by what they do.
No, it's true.
Like,
though. It's true.
It's like, all garbage men are all just like chew with their fucking mouths open. No, their burgers just aren't like great. Like they're more like, I don't know. It's like high school cafeteria.
Like, they're all right, but like for how inconvenient, and they're like not super cheap. They're not like McDonald's priced.
No, they're not. I'm gonna take it down from a B- to like a C, just a flat C.
I'm gonna go C-.
C-. Yeah, I'm with you. Let's keep tanking the stock.
Where do you put like a Chipotle in fast food? Like, what is Chipotle fast food?
But it's in there. It's in there with like the category of like a Firehouse Sub. So I would allow.
Then we're gonna include it. So we have Qdoba next.
B. I like Qdoba.
I like Qdoba too. It's a solid B.
Yeah, we don't have Qdoba around here. Only time I've eaten at a Qdoba is a Tallahassee.
They got one near me. They got one in the town next to me.
Yeah.
Next is El Pollo Loco, and I'm gonna give El Pollo Loco a fucking A.
Never had a crazy chicken.
Really
never had a
good. Really good fast food.
Isn't that kind of like a Hispanic Boston market? Isn't that kind of
yeah? You should go you can actually get like a whole chicken kind of from them. Yeah.
Okay. I've never. That sounds awesome. I would most likely give it an A if I tried it, but I've never had it. Yeah. That sounds right. Anything that's got crispy, delicious skin, I'm all for it.
Steak and Shake is next, and I'm gonna give Steak and Shake a D+.
My first job was a Steak and Shake waiter.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 2 weeks. That's how long I lasted.
D+.
I had somebody go like gorilla pimp over me putting their kids like shake in like a paper cup instead of giving them the glass. And I was like, I'm out. This is too high stakes for me. I kind of like Steak and Shake. Like their burgers suck. They have way too many things on the menu. God, the more I talk about it, the shakes are bomb now. But the more I talk about it, the more I reminisce, I realize there's not really a whole lot of redeeming qualities about it. I'm giving it a D also. The burgers aren't good. Give me the rest of my fucking fry, you assholes. What is this shoestring bullshit?
Next up is another sub sandwich place. It's Jersey Mike's.
Never had a Jersey Mike's.
I'm going to put it up there with Firehouse. I prefer Jersey Mike's for the cold, Firehouse for the hot.
Yeah. I don't like
They're both around
the
same price range. They're both pretty pricey.
I would much rather have a, if I'm going to spend that much, then I'm going to need you to put fire to bread and like toast some shit,
I
otherwise what am I paying you for?
I appreciate a really good cold sandwich. I can appreciate
I mean, I like a cold sandwich too, but like if I'm going to
that's why I'm bumping,
give you more funds for
Firehouse is an A, Jersey Mike's is like a B to B plus just because it's around the same price and you're not getting quite as much.
Also, Peter Cancaro, I think his name is, who is the CEO of Jersey Mike's, who keeps popping up on all these goddamn commercials, has black dead eyes like Jaws.
I mean, what would you expect of a CEO or a company owner?
Yeah, he sold his soul. He's like, after what I've seen done to little boys in Thailand, after what I've paid good money to see happen to little boys in Thailand, I have these creepy dead
like, have you ever seen the movie Hostel?
No, I don't watch shit like that. Like, you made me watch the Banana Splits and it fucking ruined me, Jim. Like, I don't watch that shit.
Banana Splits is amazing. Hostel is basically like rich people that have just every
I know
of life. Yeah, it's just they're just tired of life, so now they just have to torture people. I feel like he's that level.
Yeah, probably.
Next up, we have
sandwich money will change people. I had Raising Cane's today. A plus.
Raising
Cane's
is
graduated. It's got a PhD also with 2 Ds for a double dose of that pimpin'.
What would you give Raising Cane's if they didn't have the sauce?
Well, like a B.
Right? That sauce is just what really elevates.
Takes it to the next level. But there, you run into a little bit of like a conundrum here, because it means that you're going to have to also equally value Zaxby's. If Guthrie's is on that list, has made the list, you're going to have to equally value Guthrie's because it's pretty much the exact same thing. Chicken plus a bomb-ass sauce is kind of like a Ramelade sauce. Always wins.
It's true. Next up is Wingstop, who I will consider fast food. I wouldn't put Buffalo Wild, but I would put Wingstop. And Wingstop to me is like B, because it's just maybe a C plus, just because it's very hit or miss. When it hits, it's pretty good and it's very cheap. But when it misses, Wingstop is trash.
I'm gonna give it B plus for how brave they are, because they've gone into thighs. I love chicken thighs.
Like that. I do like
that. Is my favorite part of the chicken is the thigh. So
can I say something a little controversial? I love boneless wings. I absolutely love boneless wings. I love saucy nugs.
Kind of feel like I don't know you anymore.
Hey, I love regular wings more. They're better, but I love boneless wings. I think it maybe has something to do with like when I'm on the road traveling. A lot of the places we've been, they were out of traditional wings, so I just got accustomed to boneless.
You're forced into this life.
So now I just kind of like them.
It's this kind of, I don't know. This kind of feels like I don't know. You went to the bar one night and there were no girls there, and now like your situation is just kind of fluid.
Boom. I have Jared in the chat. Boneless wings I like too. Boom.
I mean,
Jenna also bone-in wings, so fair.
Bone-in, yeah. Jenna knows what's up. Bone-in wings, yeah. Like I don't know.
That's maybe my most controversial take is I like boneless wings.
It is controversial. It's certainly controversial in the Jimnasium. That is for in the garage. It's next
up, Bojangles.
I've only had a Bojangles once. It was on the way to. It's good. It's decent fried chicken. It's a step. It's like just a step above Church's. I'll give it a B minus.
Okay, I'm gonna give it an I for inconclusive. Next up is Carl's Jr.
Which is Hardee's. Yeah.
Carl's Jr. Hardee's, either one.
I'm
gonna give it a B.
I used to really like the old edition of Hardee's, like before, like they revamped it with like the thick burgers and stuff. Like whenever they did that, like I feel like I was like maybe like a senior in high school when they changed Hardee's. But before that, I fucking loved Hardee's, and now I'm just like, like
I'm gonna give it a B plus.
I'll give it I'm gonna give it a B minus. Like as soon as Hardee's tagline became Hardee's because fuck you, like that's when I started like, once they were like, we're gonna put barbecue on this burger, then we're gonna put a donut on it, and then we're gonna put in some minor laxatives because fuck you, we're Hardee's. That's when they got the minus. It's sad that I still give them a B though.
Hey, they're good. They're good.
Yeah.
Culver's next.
Rare treat for me. Very rare treat.
Yeah, they're very hard to find in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, Culver's is a plus of having a Midwestern wife. Yeah, Butterburger and a fucking fried cheese curds. Yeah, A. I'll give Culver's an A.
A+ because of things you mentioned. Their custard is amazing, and they make their own root beer. That's a huge plus to me.
Okay. Very rarely do I order a root beer, but
it's
if
my
it's a
favorite
good root
soda.
beer.
It's my favorite soda, so I order it everywhere. They make their
feel
own.
like
It's fucking delicious.
I'm good that we did this because I feel like I'm learning a lot of things about you right now,
Yeah.
Jim.
I'm
Things
a
that I like
big
and things
root
that I
beer
don't
guy.
like. You
I'm
know,
a
it's
big root beer guy.
at the end of the day, I still love you, buddy.
Next up is Five Guys.
A.
I'm gonna give it a solid A because the amount of stuff you get, it's expensive. Five Guys is you're paying for it, but they kind of make up for it by filling your bag up with fries.
Yeah, it's a stupid amount.
Before
of
the
food.
pandemic, you got free peanuts while you waited in line.
Yeah, and the burger's good. The burger is good.
It's good.
You have so many options for what you can put on the burger. Like, come on, millennials and the generations after, it's all about customization, and you get to customize your burger so many ways.
Boom. Jared also with the Culver's. Chicken tenders are also solid there. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Good call, Jared.
Next up is Zaxby's, and I've never had it.
So while Cane's is like the A+, because they stick to the simplicity of just doing a couple things very well, Zaxby's tries to do a little too many things. So that knocks them down from A+ to B+.
Okay.
Even though it's pretty much the same thing. They don't execute it as well, and they try to do too many things.
I don't know why they included Hardee's on here as well as Carl's Jr., but same fucking difference.
Because fuck you.
I mean, yeah. Next up is Jimmy John's, who I will have to give a B+. Simply A, their sandwiches are fucking good. They're not very pricey, and they are the most convenient of any sub place I've ever been. I'm in and out in like 5 minutes tops.
See, what was great about like going to like Fayetteville or the University of Arkansas was like when you got just like shithouse drunk was at like 3 a.m. you could have a Jimmy John's sandwich delivered. I really like Jimmy John's. I'll give it a B+ too, because I do prefer my sandwiches hot, but for a cold sandwich, it's a damn good one. They're a little, they want to put onions on everything, and I'm not crazy about raw onion. I don't like raw onion.
Love raw onion.
It's gotta be sauteed. It's gotta be sauteed soft for me. I don't do crunchy onion. It's like a flavor like bomb of gross that you just bite into. It's just gross.
I used to actually, for a little while in high school, I used to eat onions like apples.
Go fuck yourself in the face, Jim. That's terrible. Ugh.
Wait till you hear about cake soup.
No. Okay.
It's just a bowl of cake mix and milk. That's all it is.
That kind of sounds delicious. And I would eat
it. But I would eat the equivalent of like a full cake in one sitting in just a bowl.
Oof. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't even remember what we were talking
Jimmy
about.
John's is great.
Jimmy John's. Yeah. Give me the big Italian nightclub, no onions.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Same thing with onions for me. That's like So when I started my job, we had a Jimmy John's right by the office that was like a 5-minute walk. Mm-hmm. I'm a creature of habit sometimes. Mm-hmm. I had Jimmy John's in the same order every single day.
See, any of their sandwiches that they do with the like the onion or the not the onion, it's fucking gross. The vinegar and oil is a winner.
Their Cuban is trash though.
It's hard to do a good Cubano.
And they use the same bread as they like all their other sandwiches, so it just doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't work. And you also have to make a good Cubano. You have to heat it up, and you have to put bricks covered in aluminum foil on it to flatten it out.
Yep. Next up, I don't know if either of us have been here. I definitely have it. Is Whataburger.
Oh hell yeah, I've been to Whataburger. That's huge in Texas.
I know it's huge in Texas. I've never really been to Texas.
Yeah. Oh, that's an experience. Yep. So in Arkansas we have Feltner's original Whataburger, and it blows the doors off of actual Whataburger. Actual Whataburger, like people like have a soft spot for it because I think they were like raised around it. But I honestly think that like Texas Whataburger like is trash. Like I would give Whataburger like a D+.
What do you give your Felton's original Whataburger?
An A.
Okay.
Absolutely an A. Like if you ever drive down here, we'll drive to Russellville, home of Arkansas Tech University, whose name is the Wonder Boys. That's right, the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys, and go to Feltner's original Whataburger.
I like that. Next up, we have Popeyes.
B+.
I'm also going to say B+. Chicken is really good. I like their sauce variety. One of the better chicken sandwiches out there.
Yeah, no, totally agree. Like as the chicken sandwich.
Also love the sweet tea.
We are living in the era of the chicken sandwich war, and they asserted themselves as like a global power in the chicken sandwich wars. It's a very good one.
Good sweet tea too. Also,
sweet
like
tea?
that, back to Raising Cane's, both those, like, that's a general staple I like of these chicken places. Usually pretty good sweet tea.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. It will give you just straight up diabetes, like
but I
very
love
soon
it.
after ingesting it.
But
My
I
damn
feel
foot fell
healthier
off.
having it than I do soda for some reason.
Yeah. None of my feet are my original feet, and it all is due to the sweet tea at fried chicken franchises.
2025, 2030, we're gonna have like robot appendages anyway. It's fine.
I already do. Boo.
There you go. Living in the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah.
Next
just
up,
didn't tell you.
and I'm gonna include this because I consider this fast food. Panda Express.
You know, it's good.
I'm gonna give it a
chicken is delicious.
I'm gonna give it a B+ because I love the lo mein. I love the lo mein that they have.
Yeah. Are you
And
a
the fact
person
that it's
who
like fast Chinese food is awesome.
Yeah, I do love like Americanized, like bastardized Chinese food quite a bit. Like any place that can do like a good sesame chicken, orange chicken, like that sort of thing.
Amazing.
Yeah, you got me. I'll give it a B+ as well. Beho, I've already told him about the Titanic.
We started the
show with the Titanic.
With the Titanic truthery.
Or should we say the Olympic? 412 truther. 412 truther.
412 truthers here. Next up, Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Crack.
C. It's gotta be it's
C. Yeah.
the convenience is out of this world.
Even. It's
the convenience is out of this world. The fact that you can get a taco, egg roll, and a burger.
See, that's
pretty
the thing.
nuts.
I don't like places that do that. Like I feel like
I don't usually, but Jack in the Box is like the only exception.
Yeah. So we don't have tons of Jack in the Cracks here. So if I go to a Jack in the Crack, I of course am going straight for like a burger. Like I'm not gonna fuck around and get a or breakfast stuff. I'm not gonna fuck around and get an egg roll or a taco at a Jack in the Box. Are you kidding me? Like, yeah, dude. I get it. Beho said it. I'm actually gonna go agree with him. I'm gonna say it's a soft D though instead of a hard D.
I'm gonna stick with
See what I did there?
I just think the convenience of it. It seems to me like it's one of the original 24-hour like breakfast all day places.
Something to be said for 24 hours too.
And maybe I'm spoiled because the first time I had it, I was doing like Uber Eats, and someone canceled their order of like $30 worth of Jack in the Box. So I'm just like, oh, I get to try a smorgasbord of Jack in the Box as my first experience, and it was free. Actually, technically, I got paid for it.
Yeah.
So you can just call me a Jack in the Box shill.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You're in the pockets of big Jack in the Box of okay.
Next
see
up,
if they can sponsor us.
Oh, Jack in the Box, please sponsor us. Actually,
Please
I have one
sponsor.
up on the list that I would want us to sponsor even more because I'll shout them out all day. Next up is Dairy Queen.
DQ.
I love Dairy Queen. They're fucking great. Mm-hmm. Their burgers are just kind of all right though.
I could eat nothing but dilly bars and be fucking straight.
I'm giving them a B+ because solely on their like ice cream. That's it.
Yeah, I mean their burgers are okay.
The burgers are okay. Their chicken's all right. Like their food is all right.
The burgers,
but their dessert, dude.
It's all just an appetizer to get to the dessert, to the dilly bar. Like for me, it's the dilly bar. The Sundays Blizzard's good. Give me the dilly bar.
It's for me. The cotton candy Blizzard is actually my favorite dessert of like all time.
Look at Beho here.
Brian Beho, first job Dairy Queen.
Mine was Steak and Shake. If you weren't around for it, yeah, man, the dilly bar. I like that you can actually go into like a DQ now and you can buy like a box of dilly bars and stuff.
That is great.
Yeah,
their ice cream's top tier. It's amazing.
Top tier, top notch. And also, you had that Parker Posey scene from Waiting for Guffman where she talks about how she can always go back to the DQ, which also gives me like a soft spot for
I
DQ.
also have a soft spot because it's a very like small town, like Midwestern thing to have a Dairy Queen.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I feel like there's like a Confederate knockoff around here of like those same kind of dairy bars that are called like the Dixie Freeze around here. Like that kind of thing.
I bet.
You can pull any small towns that got Dixie Freezes.
Next up is one we mentioned earlier. It's Little Caesars. We referred when I worked at a night job. We called this little squeezers.
Little squeezers.
I don't know why, but we just always called it little squeezers. C. It's like maybe even like a C minus.
Dude, B for the convenience of being able to get like a.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with C. I'm gonna stick with C because they're convenient. Because like the food is not good. It's not.
Wait,
just,
whoa.
It's not. It's not good.
Hold on.
It's a bad that you like.
Hold on. The deep dish. Get the deep dish is good. Just a regular hot and ready. Okay. Yeah, it's not great, but God, it'll do it a pinch. The deep dish and the Italian cheese bread are the stars of that lineup. There is a problem, and it's something that science hasn't explained yet, which is if you get a standard hot and ready and you don't finish all of it in one sitting and you let it wait overnight, how does it turn into what it becomes the next day? Like that's something that I feel like
lethal weapon.
Yes, NASA needs to take a look into this because this is otherworldly. What happens?
Hey, Brian agrees with you. He's giving it a B minus. I'm sticking with the C. The convenience is amazing, but every time I'm going to Little Caesars, I never order anything. I just get what they have.
Oh no, I take my time. Like if they don't have like a deep dish ready, I will sit and wait for a deep dish.
No, every time I'm going to Little Caesars, it's just like, oh, let's just get the Little Squeezers and just go. I'd get a hot and ready, whatever pizza they had, and I'd get a 2-liter of Pepsi, and that would be my fucking dinner because I'm a fucking slob of a human.
Well, the problem isn't with Little Caesars. The problem is with you, Jim, because you won't slow down and appreciate the finer things in life.
If I want to slow down, I'll go to a different pizza place, okay?
Yeah, okay, that's a good point.
Next up, we have I want this company to sponsor us so bad because I used to shout them out all the time on Twitter. I still shout them out every once in a while. It's Arby's.
Oh, I love Arby's.
Fucking love Arby's. A plus for Arby's. Oh my god.
And them getting was it H. John Benjamin, I think, and Ving Rhames to do their commercials only made it better. They have a pork belly sandwich that is like limited time runs. Good. Oh god damn it, is so good.
The Reuben is good. They're a fast food place that does a good Reuben.
Anytime that I have something that just like tastes like bullshit and feels unredeemable, I have emergency like horsey sauce and Arby's sauce packets in the fridge. And I'll be like, listen, Arby's can only be its saving grace. We're going to see if we can fix this. Sorry, Mom's Thanksgiving turkey. Just kidding.
Arby's sauce and curly fries?
My mom makes an amazing turkey. Yeah, curly. No. What's this crinkle obsession and going with like straight regular fries? No, you go to Arby's fries. You go to Arby's, you get the curly fries like a goddamn American, like not a goddamn communist.
Please sponsor us, Arby's.
Please sponsor us. We would like to be in the pockets of big roast beef.
I will gladly. I will take a bath in Arby's sauce if Arby's sponsors us.
Yeah,
I promise.
I won't take a bath in horsey sauce, but I'll eat a whole lot of it. I'll eat a whole lot of horsey sauce.
Bath in Arby's sauce if Arby's sponsors us. That's a promise.
Actually, yes. Yeah, me too. Actually, I feel yes. I got to be in on this too. if Arby's, if you're out there listening, if you sponsor us, we will both take baths in Arby's sauce. As long as it's not mayo, we don't have to put it behind a paywall.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. If it's mayo, then we have to start up a Patreon or do like start an
at
OnlyFans
Duke's Mayo Bowl. Yeah.
Next up is KFC, who I think KFC. My grandma talks about KFC like it was the best thing since sliced bread. I think KFC used to be really good. I think it's just kind of all right now.
I still like it.
It's still solid.
I'm going to give it an A. I've come back to KFC. I abandoned KFC for such a long time because I didn't, but it has to be the extra crispy KFC. And I still like it. I think last time the wife was out of town, like, I actually just got an 8-piece bucket of chicken and just ate it by myself, sadly and slowly and depressingly. I was really glad no one was there to see me at the time.
I'm seeing Biho with a C- at best for KFC. And I gotta kind of agree with them. I'm kind of at like a B.
Do you know what that's for? You know why?
I don't know why. I'm at a B.
Do you know who owns KFC? It's Yum Brands. Do you know who's a big sponsor of Louisville?
Is it
Yum Brands?
Okay, there you go.
That's why.
Right there. There's a bias.
Yes.
I'm gonna give them a B. I'm gonna give KFC a B. They're solid. I still need to try their chicken sandwich. It looks really good, but maybe it's just in my head that it's built because my grandma used to talk like talks about KFC, like back in the day, that's where they used to go for like Sunday lunch.
Okay.
I'm like they're talking about the KFC as like a sit down chicken like experience.
Listen, if I'm gonna consider like KFC's entire body of work since I've been a human, like when I was a kid, like it was a good night when mom came home with a bucket of fucking KFC chicken. Like
I never had that. Maybe that's why for me. I never
see
had
mom. Yeah, like where there's a Taco Bell currently was just a KFC. The problem, the reason I never have KFC anymore is because I have to go so far to get to KFC. It feels like I have to go too far.
And for KFC, it's not usually worth it. That's Brian. Another thing he said, they used to have buffets, and that was a big reason my grandma used to love them, is the buffet factor.
And they also did not give a shit, and you could get have two people eat on that KFC buffet.
Yep. The other, speaking of that, it's not on this list. It's not fast food, but Pizza Hut, like the local Pizza Hut in my town, used to have a buffet, and they've discontineed it, and it's made me furious. They also had a salad bar, and I don't think they're bringing it back, and I'm very sad.
Okay.
Next up is Sonic.
Hey, I love Sonic. I love the
Sonic
Chronic.
too. I just had a burger from Sonic not too long ago. I'm gonna go A. Their food's pretty solid, similar to Dairy Queen. Like the food's all right, the food's pretty good, but the drinks and like desserts you could get from Sonic, it's fucking amazing.
I love their burgers. I love the burger. I love the burgers and like the chili cheese tots. Like I'll eat the coney too. Like I love it.
I thought you would be a little out because I thought Sonic sometimes there's sometimes a place that tries to do too much.
They do. I mean, they have a lot of things that they try, but I also I was really kind of raised on Sonic and know what my niche is and go straight for it.
And then Brian also has a great point. Their ice is just so good.
Do you know what their ice is great for? My family always gets a bag of their ice before Easter because that is the kickoff to the mint julep season for us, and it's perfect
for that. Yeah,
it is the perfect ice to pack into that glass to make a good mint julep, so you can get it like all frosted around the edges. So yeah, love the Sonic ice.
That's fucking fantastic. Next up is Panera Bread, and I'm gonna give Panera Bread a D.
Fucking F.
Yeah, probably. It's actually probably more like F. It's so overpriced for what you get. I'd rather go to Jimmy John's or like an actual sandwich place.
Yeah, thanks, Panera Bread. I wanted the pleasure of dining in an airport while not being in an airport, you fucking jagoffs. I hate your bullshit. Like, your stupid salads,
It's like they're trying to be a McDonald's and a Starbucks all together.
Yeah, mixed with like a Wolfgang Pucks, and it just fucking falls flat. Fuck you, Panera. Get the fuck out of here.
Just get the fuck out of here. Next up is Dunkin Donuts.
B minus.
B. Their coffee's like, I'm gonna go B minus. Their coffee's kind of all right. Their breakfast food's good. I like
they're like just straight up black coffee is good. I like good just
I never
like
get just
straight
black
up
coffee though.
See, I don't do like the fancy like frou like coffee drink.
I don't even do that. I'll do like a cold brew with some vanilla in it.
Oh, well, I mean, still, but like to me, like you gotta have a hot black coffee with donuts. Like that just, to me, those go hand in hand.
If I'm just having donuts, yeah.
But yeah, and I love their donuts. I think their donuts are good.
Donuts are solid, and then I like their bagel sandwich.
They're not the best donut out there. They're not the best donut on the market, but I think their coffee elevates them a little bit.
Potential breaking news. We might need to confirm with this, by the way. Alvin Kamara arrested after Pro Bowl. Look that up while we talk about the next one, Burger King.
See, the Pro Bowl was such bullshit that Alvin Kamara was so enraged. I don't know. We'll see. Great. Fucking Vegas. Burger King. I kind of like Burger King, but I don't eat there often.
Too. I think the Whopper is actually pretty decent.
A good burger. It's a good burger. They're also trying to do too much shit as of late too, though, with their chicken sandwiches, like their Italian chicken sandwiches and shit like that. Like, just make the Whopper. That's all you need is the Whopper.
Just do burgers. You're Burger King.
I think their fries are crazy underrated when they're crispy.
B-Ho's right there. Burger King burgers are great. Everything else terrible.
Yeah.
I will also have another controversial opinion. I like their nuggets just based on I hate myself sometimes, and I just want to like eat an unlimited amount of chicken nuggets, and they're the best bang for your buck for sheer quantity.
That's true. That is true. You can get like 20 nuggets for like $1.
Yeah, I remember when it was like $10. It was like 80 cents for 10 nuggets, and I would just do that. And I had 45 Burger King chicken nuggets once. And I just hated myself, and I was like, "This is what I wanted to feel right now."
Yeah, when I'm really eating my feelings, I'll go and get like a Whopper, and then get like 20 nuggets on top of that, and call it a barnyard domination. Like I feel like I just really dominated every animal on the yard barnyard.
Next up is Wendy's.
Hey, I love Wendy's. Actually, I feel like Wendy's has some of the better burgers.
Their chicken sandwich is great. Their drinks are good.
They've come a long way with their fries. Their fries used to really be the weak link. They're not as bad anymore.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a B+ just because I've had a couple of my worst experiences in fast food restaurants have come from Wendy's.
Yeah.
It's the only restaurant who has given me food poisoning. But also some of my best.
As people who are on like Discord with me know, my name there is Guy on the Ground. My personal currency, the Guy on the Ground buck, is backed by the Wendy's Baconator. It's on the Wendy's Baconator standard. I'm all about the Baconator. That's what the Hardee's Monster Burger used to be, and it's a sandwich that doesn't fuck around. It knows exactly what it is. No vegetables, mayonnaise, ketchup, bacon, burger. Boom. What else did you fucking need?
I am 100% leaning in saying I'm biased here, but yeah, I'm giving it a B+ solely because it's the only restaurant that's given me food poisoning.
Okay.
That's not Wendy's as a whole. This is just a specific Wendy's that I'm like biased against. It's just not that one spot just took it down.
It's why I can never eat at an Old Chicago ever again. I get it.
Well, good thing those are going out of business everywhere.
Yeah, because they fucking suck and give people food poisoning.
Next up is Chick-Fil-A. I've only had Chick-fil-A once. It was good. It's just, to me, where I had it, it was a super long wait, so it wasn't very fast. So I'm gonna give it another B+.
I could just eat Chick-fil-A sauce, and I have.
Every Chick-fil-A I've seen, maybe it's where I'm at because I'm in Nebraska and I was in Los Angeles. So when Chick-fil-A is open, it's always a super long line.
Yeah, it's because they're always giving like shit out for free and stuff. But it's so fast. But hold on,
it's
though.
Not,
like,
though.
It's
I had
really
to wait
not a
an
wait.
Hour.
Okay, so I've mentioned this before, and if you don't know, if you've never been to a Chick-fil-A, usually they're like little like Pentecostal girls there in their jean skirts with their permed hair, and every time that you say thank you to them, they have to say my pleasure. And I have a bucket list item, which is cornering an employee of a Chick-fil-A and saying thank you over and over again until they're crying and saying my pleasure at the exact same time.
I want you to
kind of what I'm into.
Like an 80-year-old man, just an old man walking in, just like, thank you. You're just like slowly like walking up to him. Oh
no, I still need to be in my sexual prime when I do it, so that threat is there.
That's true. You need the threat available.
Yep.
I like that. I'm gonna give it a B+ just because of my experience. It's
look at me acting like I'm still in my sexual prime. By the way,
you'll be in your sexual prime for 20 more years.
Yeah. As long as there's black market Pakistani boner pills, I'm good.
All you gotta say is what that mouth do.
What that mouth do? Yo, girl. What that thing smell like?
Next up is Taco Bell.
You didn't hear what I just said? That's good.
Yeah, we're gonna skip past that.
Skip past that. Taco Bell. So sober me says D. Drunk me says A+.
Yeah, I'm basically right there with you. Sober me will only ever get the cheesy gordita crunches. Drunk me will get everything on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna somewhere in the middle. I'm gonna say B-.
Okay.
Next up is Subway. Scrubway, as we used to call it.
C minus maybe. Like it's just
the only sandwich place in my fucking town.
I know. I've been there.
God damn it!
We went to Subway.
It's a C minus. It's a C minus.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, Brian fucking hates Subway.
At least they'll toast it now, you know. But it doesn't really save it. Honestly, I mean,
it's fine.
The BMT is okay. I like that. I like that combination.
I like the chicken teriyaki.
Yeah.
Yeah, It's whatever.
If you
If
you get the seafood sandwich, you're a fucking psychopath.
You're a fucking
Yeah.
psychopath.
You're fucking insane, and you should be in a registry.
I do like that the Subways around me also have ice cream, and their ice cream is actually really good.
Okay.
They have like good rich ice cream. It's fucking bomb.
But also where you live, that feels like a necessity, in that you still like are kind of in the era of like having like general stores that sell like beaver traps, and also like, but at the same time you could buy like a sack of flour and a Subway sandwich.
Some places might, but Subways have ice cream, and I also liked in Los Angeles that Subways were 24-hour.
Okay.
I like the sandwich place that was open 24/7.
That's good. I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty proud of myself for the general store thing.
I mean, you're not far off. You're not fucking far off. Up next, I'm gonna include this because we included Dunkin', Starbucks.
Fucking like a D. Because I don't do fancy coffee drinks. I just get like black coffee. You know what the fanciest I do is like a cappuccino. And that's a basic bitch coffee drink.
I'm gonna give it a C- because I think their food stuff is actually pretty decent.
I don't even eat the food stuff
Their
there.
food's all right. Their food's pretty decent.
I don't like scones.
I mean, I get like the sandwiches. So I get like their like egg
sandwiches.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I don't even like go into
like breakfast sandwiches.
Okay.
And like they do a bagel, but it's just a bagel.
I literally like I only go to Starbucks for the coffee. And very rarely do I do that. Like it feels like it's been way too like built up. Like I don't really care. Like some people are like, do they put crack in it that make you crave for it daily? Right. That's how people get hooked on Starbucks coffee.
So I go for dessert because I like the frou drinks. I go for the caramel frappuccino.
Do you want to know why I don't order those things? Because I'm so intimidated.
It's because sugar.
Well, but I'm so intimidated by the language of it that I don't know what I'm saying. And I feel
medium or a large.
Well, not only that, but it's like I want this with this and that and this, and like I feel like it's its own special language that no one taught me, and so instead of trying to learn it, I just rebuke it.
Oh yeah, and if you're going for just coffee, it's expensive too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. But I will drink a cappuccino. I like the little shot of espresso.
Oh, little shot of espresso is nice. And then the last,
like the beans
on the list, is McDonald's.
It's always there. It's always going to taste exactly the same.
You know exactly what you get from McDonald's.
You know exactly what you get. You know exactly what you like. You know exactly what you don't like. It's comforting. It's weird. It's weird that American life is like this, but that's something that's comforting, is that you can get the exact same burger anywhere.
And
but
it's
like
global.
And it's global. Now they are kind of like freshening it up so it's not the same, just like crazy shit, but like it feels like the staples like haven't changed. Like they might like change the bun, they might change, but it's still just the same old kind of shitty, kind of good McDonald's
the trifecta.
patty.
Jenna used to work at McDonald's.
Boom, there we go. I'm gonna give it a C. Like it's not the best, it's not the worst, but it's always there and it's always a little bit heartwarming. My favorite chicken McNuggets are the boot-shaped ones. I don't know why, they just taste better.
Yes, those you're 100% correct. I'm giving it a C for consistency.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what you're gonna get, and
I'm giving it a C for comfort.
My order at McDonald's is I just get a regular cheeseburger. I get like 2 of those and 2 hot and spicy McChickens, and then a fucking Diet Dr. Pepper.
I get a double QP with cheese with no onions, because I hate their onions. Like especially those
the onions they put on the quarter pounders are terrible. I like the little diced onions.
No, see those
regular burgers.
They change. Yeah, right. That's right. They changed it up. I hate the little diced fuckers, because if I order it without the little diced fuckers and you get the little diced fuckers,
you can't
good fucking luck.
You have to like scrape off all the sauce.
Yeah, and it's still, they might even be like buried, like pressed in there, like little fucking like Russian like mole agents, but filled with like gross like flavor crystal mouth explosion onion. Ugh, yeah. But that I'll get the double QP with cheese, no onions, a 10-piece McNugget with barbecue sauce, and a big ass Coke.
There you go.
Their Coke just tastes different.
It scientifically does. They have their own brand. Yeah.
Dude, child of the 90s with the high C orange order. Beho. Love it.
Yes,
good order.
High C,
that's a good order.
Fucking great.
We know when you grew up based on what you order at McDonald's.
Those are our fast food rankings. What did you think of that segment I sprung up on?
That was fun. It kind of makes me miss the days of picking all of the college football and NFL games because it felt like we ran through that and I rambled on much longer than I needed to.
I'm thinking I might make this a thing now that we're getting into the offseason of football. I might have to just bring us things to rank.
Yeah, I mean until like the USFL starts, which I mean we're gonna have.
But even then, we're gonna have our own USFL show for that.
We'll have just the USFL show. Yeah, this should be our safe space to get weird and talk about these things. So yes, Jim. Yes, we should always have these. This is our safe space
to do whatever the fuck we want. This is the garage, bitch.
Yeah, if we just want to dance, just fucking dance. But we're not gonna dance until you beg us, and you will beg us.
We will dance for Arby's, actually.
Actually, yes, we'll do a lot of things.
We'll do a lot of things for Arby's if you sponsor our show.
We will let Arby's executives pass us around on a corporate retreat, even if they wanted to.
That will do it for this episode of the.
And might have also done it with our chances with Arby's. There.
No, okay. we will let you do many unspeakable things. Just Arby's,
dirty things to us, Arby's.
You have Arby's. The meats, we will take the meats. Chase, shout out your shit.
Okay, I am always on Twitter being abrasive of Oaklawn Wednesday. Catch me on the debut episode of Divine and the Dog, where me and Megan Divine, it's just a quick 15-minute quick hitter of just talking all sorts of things from racing to life to dogs, apparently. Then I'm always with this big galoot to my right, with the Picks Porch on Fridays, here in the Jimnasium on Sundays. Our biggest fan, commenter, Beho here. Also a co-collaborator. Me and him have a great show on Wednesday nights called The Lineup, where we watch First 48 and we talk shit about actual murders and we play some prop bets on them.
Can I tell you something about that show?
Sure.
I actually have never watched any episode of the First 48 without you guys commenting over it. So this has been a very nice treat.
Hey, that touches me, Jim. That touches me. But yeah, I'm around doing stuff. Just stick your head out the window and be like, "Hey, Chase," and I'll be like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Are you in a fucking Fat Albert like show?
It's like a mixed fat. No, that's not quite fat. It's like a Gomer pile, maybe. I don't know, maybe. Go ahead, Jim. Tell me what you got going.
Y'all know where to find me at XFL Jim, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I got a lot of shit coming out. I have my USFL update coming out this week. I got a little XFL team tribute coming out. It's my second to last one of those. And then after the Super Bowl, I actually have a music video coming out. Speaking of which, just so everyone knows, the Jimnasium will not be held next Sunday. We're actually going to be going on Monday next week, so we don't overlap the Super Bowl. We're going to be recapping the Super Bowl and giving our thoughts next Monday at 8 p.m. Central.
Yep. Looking forward to it. We'll have the Picks Porch with our Super Bowl prop and just Super Bowl bets kind of preview. With Beho and Gino Bicola. So hopefully, it'll be fun. Got a lot to look forward to this week.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the Jimnasium. Give us a like, give us a follow on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, everywhere you find podcasts. Love you guys, and peace out.
I almost started dancing, but no one's begged us yet.
Not yet, they haven't.
Where'd you come up with that dog shit pick? What the fuck were we thinking? What the fuck were you thinking?